Hi, welcome to Isis Heals the Heart, the channel that awakens your spirit and transforms your pain. So, today we're going to talk about the male lonely epidemic. So, I am for one extremely I'm trying to come to y'all with love and understanding, but I can't help but say that y'all put this upon yourself. Y'all put this shit upon yourself. You're lonely because of you. Okay, and it's not the female, it's not because the females you've been with. Well, for some, maybe. But maybe not, actually, because like I said, no, actually, you're to blame. And I say that because you're the initiator. You are the person who is supposed to dignify, is that the word? Or identify, I'm gonna say that. You're the person who is supposed to identify if this woman is correct for you and your liking. You are supposed to be the one to say, hey, I want to go on a date with you and get to know you. You are supposed to be the one to say that. If a female comes to you and hits on you, 9 times out of 10, that relationship is not going to work out. Okay, the reason why I say this too, right? And I'm not saying it's not gonna work out for real. I'm not really saying 9 times out of 10. I'm not actually saying that percentage. But I'm saying it's less likely for a relationship to work out if the woman initiated the relationship. Why? Because most of the time, men don't want a relationship. Like, let's really be real. If a man doesn't straight up say, I want a relationship, 9 times out of 10, he don't want one, right? So don't get into a relationship if you do not want a relationship. If you're not ready for that responsibility, if you're not really ready for her emotions, if you're not ready for your emotions, if you're not ready to have the hard conversations and have conflict and have, one woman on your side. If you're not ready for that, if you're not ready to be raw, if you're not ready to be honest, if you're not ready to have integrity, if you're not ready to be a man, don't be in a relationship, period. And that is why you're lonely, because this is what it is. 9 times out of 10, women who are 16 to 21 want to just simply have fun. They just want to have fun. They don't care about having a relationship. They don't care about being in love. They do not care about, and this is just the majority. I'm not saying that this is every single person, because I said rare. It's very rare, you know what I'm saying, to have a genuine connection with someone basis off of, they came from the streets and now they're coming together and then they're just choosing each other every day. Like, it's not always that simple, okay? Let's really keep it clear. I'm just saying this is a majority. This is just what happens most of the time, okay? This is not what happens every single time. And I'm going to keep saying that because I don't want any of y'all brains thinking, okay, this relationship can't succeed because it was because I did this, or no. I'm not saying that. Any relationship can succeed if both parties want it. That is what the problem is. We don't need to be in a relationship with people who say, I'm not ready for a relationship. We don't need to be in a relationship with people who say, I just want to have fun. I'm not thinking about marriage. I'm not thinking about kids. We should not take anyone serious that say those things. Okay? Okay. Class 101 about why men are lonely. Y'all have to be honest with your intentions with the person that you're trying to be with. Okay? You're scared that if you're honest, that you will not have the sexual interaction that you want to have. You're scared that you may even lose a friend. You are scared that you just may lose an experience, or you may feel like the experience won't be in the way that you want it to be. But if you're honest, that experience will magnify. If you're honest, that experience will become a blessing in disguise, no matter what the outcome is. Okay, so let's go from here. You're a man that's 18 years old that just wants to have fun. He just wants to sleep with whole bunch of different types of women and wants to have fun and wants to get probably STIs and STDs. You know, if you want to do that, that's for you. That's cool. I'm not judging you. I'm just saying that's what it comes with. Okay, so you want to do that. That's cool. Be honest with the person that you're trying to do this with. Because 9 times out of 10, they may even be on the same frequency as you. And they may just be like, you know what? Thank you for being honest. Maybe I will fuck you. But maybe they won't. And you won't have that. And maybe that experience will be like, okay, well, I don't want to be with you because I want something serious with you. But if you don't want anything serious with me, then I can't do anything with you because that's going to hurt me. And that's going to put me in a situation that I don't want to be in. Okay, respect that. Okay, I respect that. Move on. Go, because there's so many people out here, and there's so many women out here that just want to sleep with you. There's so many women out here that just want to sleep with you. There is not, like, the reason why you're lonely is because you're a liar and because you're not trustworthy. Not because you're having a lot of sex. Not because you're a whore and not because you are a gigolo. It's because you're not being real with what you want. Because what you're doing is you're telling the universe that the only way that I can get vagina is by lying. And that's not the truth. It's not the truth because there's so many females out here that want to have sex with you. So you don't have to do that. Now, if you just like to play the game of manipulation, then you have a tough life going on. Like, you have a really tough experience that's going to come your way. Because that's why you're lonely. That's another reason why you're lonely. Because you're a manipulator. And you like to lie. And you like to gaslight. And you like to be mean. And you like to hurt people's feelings. And you like to be a devilish energy. That's why you're lonely. Not because the world is terrible and no one likes you and, you know, it's not because that person was a terrible person to you in the past and now it made you terrible. No, it's because you've made choices every day to be a terrible person. And that's why you're lonely. Everybody has had something happen to them. Not everybody chooses to allow that to affect them in a negative way. That's the difference. All right. So, to stop being lonely and to stop with this pattern of loneliness, first, you have to love yourself. And that's one of the biggest lacks that we have in this world. Lack of self-love. Lack of love for self. You don't love yourself. And that's why you're lonely. You feel like you don't deserve love deep down. And that's why you project anger. And that's why you project a bad attitude onto the world. Because deep down, you are the one who feels like you don't deserve happiness. Not anyone else. So, with that being said, would you rather work extremely hard to be a bad person or work extremely hard to be a good one? Would you rather spend your days harassing women, threatening women, telling women they ain't worth shit, demanding power over women? Or would you rather nurture women, nurture yourself, tell yourself that you're worthy of love, tell yourself that you're worthy of good experiences, This is for people who are tired of being lonely. And if you're tired of being lonely, listen. Listen to what I'm saying to you. Genuinely. If you're tired of being lonely, listen. Right? Kidnapping people, hurting people, that is not going to fulfill your loneliness. It's not. It's going to make it deeper. It's going to make a deeper hole for you to connect with other human beings. Because at this point, you don't see human beings as individuals with feelings. You see human beings as property. And that is why you're lonely. Even when you're around people. Even when you have a person hostage or in pain, you still feel lonely. You still feel like you're disconnected somehow. You don't feel connected. And that's because you're not connected to yourself and to who you truly are. You've allowed your experiences to dim your light, and you've allowed yourself to hide from what you truly want, which is love, which is understanding, which is someone to understand you and to learn you and to nurture you and to see you. That's all you want. And I'm talking to a specific person right now. But for the people who are not that deep in like terribleness when it comes to, you know, women in the male relationship, like if you're not an abuser, or if you're a verbal abuser, or if you're just a manipulator but you're not physically abusive, or if you're not a serial killer, because that was for the serial killers. That was for the people who are going through some demonic shit. But this is for the people who are just still going through some demonic shit, but, you know, not as dark, right? It's more like, oh, I'm going to hurt your feelings and make you feel like you're less than me. Or I'm going to tear you down because I don't feel good enough for you. I'm talking to y'all now. You don't need a relationship right now. You don't need someone to control. What you need right now, you need a hug. You need a hug, and you need compassion for yourself. Because you are hard on yourself. You are a perfectionist. You want to conquer the world, and you want to be above it all. What if I told you that you didn't have to do all of those things that you do now to be that? That it's all up here, and it does not matter how people see you at all. The only thing that matters is how you see yourself. And when you, like, bro, when I tell you, and you looking at me, you're like, oh, who is this bitch? Like, who is she talking to? Like, how, like, she thinks she's better than me type of thing. Like, no, not at all. Not even a little bit. I am not better than you, not even the smallest amount. Because I don't even want to say I was you, because I feel like that's cliche. But yeah, I was. And the only way out was in. And when I say that, I mean, I had to ask myself, what was I trying to prove? What did I have to prove to anybody? You know? The road is hard. Things are hard. We all need a community. We all need love. And I say need because it's a requirement. We all need it. And when we don't have it, we go crazy. We go psycho. We do things that is irrational and impulsive and that don't make sense. But yeah, y'all. Comment down below if you disagree with me. Comment anything. Comment hate comments. Comment express yourself, express your feelings, because that's what I really want you to do anyway. I'm gonna get off of here. Like, comment, subscribe, share this to a man who needs this, who's lonely, or who's abusive. Bye.
Pull up in a Rari. You can never top me, don't be sorry. I know it was all me. You never owe me.